Hello and welcome back to Roads Yet Traveled. We will be continuing where we left off, which, if you recall, is after spending the day working with Milo. So, before that, though, you were supposed to be working with Rhoun as his new assistant. Unfortunately, Rhoun's current assistant, or his, I guess you could say, previous assistant, Kes, was not very happy. Particularly when he woke up and he got an email basically saying that, oh yeah, the human, the weird alien, the one that you've been hearing about, the one that you may or may not have seen, the one that we've been keeping under wraps, the one that you cannot, communicate with. Yeah, he's Director Rowan's new assistant now, so yay. And Kes, being Rowan's assistant, was basically like, what? And he was basically not happy. And as soon as Rhoun and Tucker arrived at Rowan's office, there was not an altercation, there was basically a yelling match between, well, not even a yelling match, Kes was just there to yell at Rhoun. And Rhoun had to go after him and, I guess, calm him down or something. So yeah, you got stuck with Milo, but Milo turned out to be actually a pretty good person to be alone with. He was initially hesitant to be alone with Tucker, but it turns out that Milo's actually pretty friendly, once he gets over his initial, fear of Tucker, the alien. And he even gave Tucker his number, so now they can text. And it didn't occur to them like, hey, we can't talk with each other, so, we have to do like little tap tap in order to have a conversation where it's just a yes or no answer. It didn't occur to them like, hey, we can just text because the texts are automatically translated. It didn't occur to them until after they were done working with each other. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Tucker now has a new person to talk to. And hopefully Kes doesn't, hurt Tucker. Anyway, so yeah, without further ado, let us continue on to day 13, I believe. Opening my eyes, I find myself soaring above a sea of clouds. Glorious reds paint the dawning sun as echoes of night shimmer on the fringes of my vision. There's no weight here, just the wind whispering in my ears. A sound so faint that I can't glean its meaning. The sun becomes overwhelming as day breaks, and light overtakes every corner of the scene. White reflects off of each inch of soft cloud. I'm drawn to an approaching flock of long-necked birds. Blue wings beating tight in a wonderful V formation. Even closer now, one of them turns to me, eyes shining orange in the early sun, and it whispers, "Psst." What is it? Tucker, get up. What? It pecks my cheek, but it does not feel like a sharp beak, but rather a cold, dull feeling. Over and over again, the sun becomes brighter and brighter. I don't understand. What is this? Finally, it all becomes too much to bear, and I... Oh, God damn it. Rhoun, can you please not wake me up like that? What? Did I do something wrong? Sorry, I thought that was the right way to wake you up. And who told you that? Maruk did. Oh, that bastard. I'll get him for this. When did he tell you that, Rhoun? He was lying. When you were still in your cell. Sorry. How should I wake you up then? Just be a bit more gentle. Maybe tug on my shoulder or gently pat my chest or something. No more poking. I can try that, sure. Why am I up anyway? What's up? It's the 10th mark, bud. It's time for work. I kind of forgot how that worked. There isn't just one day of fixing filters. It just keeps going. Well, at least I'm with Rhoun today. Getting up and stretching, I reach for my phone, only to find that it's not there. Rhoun? Have you seen my monitor? Oh, yeah. The professor has it. Why? You said that you were having issues with it, right? I thought maybe he could fix it for you, so I dropped it off. I'm sorry. I should have asked. Uh, no. I guess that's fine. Did you drop it off today? How long have you been up already? A few marks. Looking closer, I can see his disheveled fur and saggy eyes. I don't think that he got much sleep last night. Are you gonna be alright? Do you want to, I don't know, take the day off? What? No, I'm fine. I'll be better after breakfast. Alright, bud. I say unconvincingly before getting ready to head out for the day. After Rhoun grabs a small breakfast, we head right into the tunnels for our first task. We're just figuring out why some lab isn't getting as much power as it should be. So I won't get much help from my newfound filter changing expertise. That of course means crawling into some godforsaken tunnel and futzing with more wires. Rhoun does most of the work, as usual. But he does his best explaining it when he remembers to. At least, he lets me hold the toolbox so I can pretend that I'm being helpful. Although this easy fix is becoming anything but. Rhoun keeps having to placate some very impatient scientist over his monitor, even while we're running between breakers to troubleshoot. In the end, it seems like someone just plugged too many things into one port and caused an outage. A bit disappointing if you ask me, but at least it's a nice reminder of how similar we are. For such a dumb problem, it took almost all day to fix. It's already the 25th mark by the time that we get back to the maintenance hub. There are still some stragglers around, but no one really seems to be working anymore. Rhoun drops off his bag and gets to filling out some paperwork. He says that it won't take long, but I've grown to understand that's probably a lie. It's fine. There are plenty of piles of junk that I find pleasure in sorting through. It's quite the eclectic collection, and I'd almost think that there was some method to the piles, if I didn't know who made them. A mark or two passes as Rhoun finishes up and the lights dim. Looking over the edge of the railing, I can't even see the bottom of the maintenance hub anymore. It's just a void. Cables wind down and slither silently into it, cutting the darkness like ripe flesh. The pallid green glows from the office barely makes a dent in the abject nothingness. Perhaps noticing my absence, or perhaps finishing with his work, Rhoun comes and joins me outside, his own light slowly dancing on the railing as we look out into the room. It's hard to remember that it's a room at times, even with the lights on. It feels more like a monument or a monolith to something. But no, it's the break room for the repairmen. I wonder if they pulled away from the edge. I turned towards the sound, only to find its source, and he's smoking? That's new. At least I think it is. Rhoun, you smoke? Hmm? He turns to me, cigarette held firmly in his thin, canine lips, as tinted smoke and burnt blue ash falls gently from the end. The heavy smoke barely floats away in the windless room, perhaps only drawn up by an unseen vent hiding in the darkness. A cool blue now crackling at the end of the cigarette. I didn't know that you smoked, I say almost judgmentally. Accidentally or not, some unknown bias kicked in. Oh, yeah, That's not really an answer. Well, it is. But I suppose that I asked the wrong question. Isn't that bad for you? I mean, sorry, it's bad for humans, at least. It is? Sorry. I should have asked. Should I stop? Merowyn would probably be having a fit right now. I need to make sure that he can't smell it on me next time that we meet. Wait, speaking of though, Rowan's never smelled like smoke before. But I can definitely smell it now. You don't have to. Do you do this often? No. But sometimes it helps with the, this. He raises his prosthetic arm and I can see, even in the faint light, that there are slight tremors shooting down his fingers. I don't know how it is for you, but for me it helps. I try not to do it often though. Because it's addictive? What? No, because they taste bad. Ugh. Are they not addictive? Oh, well, I guess that's a bit better. So, are they medicinal, or do they just help with the pain? There's no pain, just numbness, which somehow feels worse. But yeah, they're prescribed. He looks back into the darkness. The twisted veins of the station in front of us just barely staring out at us from the deep. Timidly and a bit awkwardly, I reach out and place my hand on his back. He perks up, if just barely, and the sound of his tail gently brushing against his pants is the only sound left in the chamber. Burning, flickering, cinders, ashes. We stand alone as he smokes it down to the butt, taking it out and inspecting it in his fingers, before flicking it into the darkness. I can only watch stunned as the blue ember quickly is snatched by the gaping maw of the hub and disappears. What was that, Rhoun? Huh? Don't litter. It's rude. What? That? Don't worry. I'll get it in the morning. I know where they land. That's not the point. Geez, I wouldn't have expected that from you. You know, I'm not supposed to even have these here. They're a fire hazard and whatnot. What? Then why do you have them? I follow most of the rules around here, but just not all of them. Who do I look like? Maruk? He laughs to himself and starts to head towards the exit, picking up his satchel on the way out. This is unbelievable. Who is this and where is Rhoun? I'd expect him to gasp for air after a single puff of a cigarette. And I'd never expected him to be so casual about breaking the station's rules. I can't say that I'm really upset or anything, just what a perspective shift. Do you want to see something else that I shouldn't do? I can barely nod out an affirmative as I follow behind into the depths of the tunnels behind him. I might not know where the fuck I am anymore, but I know that we aren't headed back to the room. Not yet, at least. We walk right past our usual turn, and even now, he still failed to elaborate on what he meant. So, anything else that I should know that you do that, maybe you shouldn't be doing? Who's asking? Someone who cares about the rules of the station? Or... I suddenly feel heavy. I didn't mean it like that, or maybe I did. I can't tell. What do I say? It's somebody that cares about you, Rhoun. Someone who cares about you, Rhoun. He stumbles slightly, perhaps tripping over a wire or stepping on his own foot. Oh. I don't do anything ever, I don't do anything that should make you worried, but... His voice is taut and strained. But without being able to see his face, I can't tell why. But we can see his face. Alright, well, can I ask where we're going then? Nope. We're close though. You shouldn't have to wait for long. Rolling my eyes and laughing to myself, I aimlessly follow my guardian through the bowels of the station, and we arrive at... nothing. This is just another hallway, but Rhoun seems to have stopped and is overjoyed to have done so. We take a wrong turn back there or something, bud? No. Here, hold this. He hands me his bag and starts rummaging around inside until he whips out a screwdriver and gets to work on one of the panels. I thought we were done with work for the day. We are. What are you doing then? You'll see. I make a face, but he doesn't even look at me as he works away, quickly unscrewing the wall panel and carefully removing it. Sliding inside, he bends over and sneaks his way into the adjacent room. A single paw comes out from under the crack and beckons towards me. Leave the bag. Let me help you through. Dropping it, I take him by the paw and... Oh, I think I remember now. Well, do you want to take a swim? Whoa. This is nicer than the pool that they had at my college. The second one. What is this? It's a pool. Do you not know what those are? You said humans can swim. It's okay if you can't. We can leave. No. I'm just shocked. It's so nice down here. But why did we have to break in? The pool closes at the 26th mark, and I normally don't get off work until after. Can't you go on your days off? Well, yeah. But then other people are here and... I prefer to come when it's quiet is all. The water glistens off in the reflective ceiling and walls in a stunning display of creation. All day was spent in such dark doldrums that this feels almost pearlescent and overwhelming. I can't say that I'd argue with that. So, towels? He walks over to the booth and pulls out some fresh towels for both of us before leading me over to the shallow end of the pool. I imagine that it's not too deep, as I can see the bottom pretty well. How do you want to do this? How do I want to swim? Should I, take off, all my clothes? I don't exactly have any swimming trunks, but... It takes him a moment to realize what I'm asking for, but when he does, his face goes pale. I don't think that he thought about that part. Oh, right. Maybe... Do you mind, keeping your shirt on? And your underwear? Please? That's fine, of course. He begins sheepishly stripping down as we lay all of our clothes off to the side. Rhoun takes a bit longer than I do, as he has his jacket to contend with, which gives me time to test the water. For how cold they keep the station, the water isn't too bad. It's not warm, but it's not unpleasantly cold either. Dipping my feet in, I sit by the edge, waiting for Rhoun to tepidly finish up getting undressed. I wonder how good of a swimmer he is, especially with that arm. I can't imagine. Hello, Ayo! Huh? A wave suddenly rises over me as the water in the pool seems to have been suddenly displaced by a massive current. I try to turn and protect myself, but it's too late. I've been doused. Stunned and soaked, I look towards the center of the pool only to see bubbles coming up from below. Then suddenly Rhoun breaches the surface. Did I get ya? Oh, you bastard. Get over here. Hopping into the pool, I trot along the bottom, feebly attempting to splash him with as much water as I can. I don't think much actually reaches him, but he cowers at my attempt nonetheless. Hey, watch it! He definitely swims over to the side and quickly counterattacks, forcing me to retreat. I'm running out of space already. I've got you now. I try to outmaneuver him and dodge left into the deeper part of the pool, but a giggling wall of Rhoun prevents me. Well, I can't help but laugh along. This isn't the time. This is war. Oh, do you? Quickly swimming back, I realize that I'm already in the wading section of the pool and I'm running low on options. Trying to splash with my legs proves equally ineffective as I almost stumble over and trip. Cornered with nowhere to run, I surrender to the briny abyss, submerging myself in the shallow depths of the pool. Pausing underwater a moment for dramatics may have been a mistake, as I'm quickly pulled back up by a slightly worried Rhoun. I thought you said that you could swim. What? Oh, of course I can. You killed me, though. I was just resting at the bottom for a bit. Oh. Sorry. I didn't mean to kill you. I think you did. Okay, maybe a little. He adds one final splash for good measure. Alright. I gently push him back, my hands sinking into his deep wet fur. For a guy whose clothes are generally covered in oil, he seems pretty clean right now. Not that I expected him to be just leaking oil into the pool. But I don't know. Maybe it's something about seeing water slowly drip from his fur that... What? What am I even... Hey bud. You okay in there? Huh? Yeah, sorry. What's up? I'm gonna swim a few laps if you wanted to, join. I don't know. Oh, what style do you use? Style? Like, how do you swim? I swim well enough. Okay. I'm gonna sit this one out. I want to rest my legs. Getting out of the pool, I sit on this side and watch him during his impromptu exercise. He swims in some kind of modified freestyle stroke, except with a lot more flailing than I expected. But to his credit, he can swim pretty damn well, even with his arm. Although, when he does stop and decides to float, I swear he's listing to one side, as if it's trying to drag him down. He doesn't do that many laps. Maybe 5 at most. Before swimming over next to me and resting his head on his arms. Do you not like it here? Huh? Oh, I just didn't want to get in your way, bud. This is a very nice reprieve from everything. I'd really like to see more stuff like this, to be honest. It helps. Thank you for bringing me here, Rhoun. He sinks his head further into his arms, and a small smile creeps onto his lips. He's kicking pretty hard to stay floating against the wall here, but I think his tail is helping to do some of the work now too. What a cute guy. What a cute thing to do. Here, I want to try something. Okay, what's up? Get in, and I'll show you. Slipping off to the side, I swim over to him into the middle of the pool, gently keeping myself afloat. Can you do this? He places his metallic arm on his chest and leans back, letting himself float on the pool. Oh, I think so. Mimicking him, I stare at the ceiling, awaiting step 2. What now, bud? What now? That is it. I'd like to end my time down here just... floating. Aren't we always floating? I mean, the station and stuff? I guess. There's still gravity, though. We're still being pulled down. I can almost see our reflections on the spotless glass ceiling. They dance a pastel rainbow of strange geometrics across its canvas. Haven't you been out there before? Out where? In space. I thought that we just agreed that we already are in space, bud. No, I mean like floating. Just you and a spacesuit. Nothing else. Oh, yeah, I have. What's it like? I can't tell how close or far apart we've drifted. I've lost him in the tides. Turning my head, I can see that he's floating a few feet away, still staring up. It's different. Not like anything that you've ever experienced before. During training, it was the worst thing in the world. It's so frustrating doing anything without gravity. Tools fly away. You constantly have to fight to stay attached to the side of the ship. Everything is just more difficult. Except, I can't stop going back to it. It's terrible to know that you're only tethered to life with a small string. Something that, while strong, could easily snap. There's nothing else out there. But when I'm asked to go outside, I never say no. Just floating. It's so strange. He lifts his arm up and swirls it about in front of him, grasping at nothing. Perhaps mimicking the dancing lights on the ceiling, perhaps trying to pull back some memory. I know I'm not allowed to, but I've been out there for recreation before. Just floating in silence. Sometimes, I brought music, and I can lose myself in whatever lights twinkle off my visor. I think you'd like it out there. It's nothing like your home, but when you're out there and you close your eyes to it all, you can be anywhere. The stars will take you there. His arm, now bereft of meaning, slams into the water, rocking him momentarily from side to side. The waves gently bring us closer and I bump into him, bringing him back from beyond, if only a bit. Would you like to go out there one day? I'd like to. Then I'll bring you there. His shoulder bumps up against mine as we stay connected next to each other. Of all the aliens in the universe, I think I'm pretty lucky to have gotten stuck with Rhoun. I mean, I think you gotta teach me eventually, right? I am your new assistant after all. Well, one of them. You're not wrong. Actually, that might be a good way to get you out there one day. I'll figure something out. Lying to your bosses? It's not lying. You are my assistant. Whether or not you need the training is another thing. But, I know the guy who maintains the suits, and the ones who control the airlocks, and the one who greenlights external missions. So I think I can figure something out. Resourceful as always. Oh, and there is one other thing that I know. Hmm? That you should hold your breath. What are you... I must have not realized that we were floating over the shallows again. Rhoun quickly bolts upright, looming over me before, plunging me underwater. I'd be mad, but my breaths descend and his paws have already retracted above the water. Before I surface, I look up one last time. Everything's distorted, clear but wrong, a new perspective. And just as beautiful. Breaching the surface, somehow more soaked than before, I stand before a way too happy Karain. His tail makes small waves behind him as a devious and innocent grin is plastered on his face. Oh, you're so funny. Well, how about this? With all my collective might, I lunge at him and barely get him to move an inch. Right. Looking up, he's still got his same evil grin just staring down at me. Well, I know when to admit defeat. Good work there, Director Terran.
Hey, you too, bud.
We don't spend much longer at the poolside, as it's already getting far too late. I take a few dives into the pool myself and teach Rhoun what cannonball means. Drying up, I inspect some of the other doors, walking around the edge and trying to peek into any of the windows. Hey Rhoun, what are all these?
Oh, there's some other pool adjacent stuff around.
Pool adjacent? What the fuck does that mean?
Like hot tubs, and a sauna and some other stuff.
Oh. Oh. We gotta try those out sometime. Maybe we could invite Milo or someone? Make it a little party or something?
Maybe. I've never brought anyone else here before. I don't know if they'd like it.
I'm sure that they would. Wait, he hasn't brought anyone here before? Oh my god. Not even Kess and Milo? OMG. Maybe he just likes to be alone here. I get that. Then why bring me? Why indeed? We finish drying off and start to head out through the hole that we left in the wall. It's definitely a bit brisk, especially since I had to go out without a shirt and underwear. I'm dry enough to get home, but I'll need to wash off the chlorine before bed. At least, I hope it's chlorine. I don't know what it would be otherwise. I'll add it to my list of things that I probably should have asked Doc before doing. Dripping through the corridors, we come out close to the room, only slightly dampening the floors as we run by. No one stops us, and I don't see any cleaning robots around either. Ooh. Do you mind if I wash up first?
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna get some things ready for tomorrow.
Alright. Washing off leaves a lot to be desired, and I'm also pretty wet, and now I just feel pruny as well. I don't dawdle as I quickly dry off again and get into bed. Rhoun quickly follows suit, and I go to check my monitor, only to remember that it's not there. This could be good though. Maybe Tyr will find out what was wrong with it. Or nothing will get fixed. I guess anything is possible. I just hope that I don't have to wait too long. Day 14. Rhoun gives out some more announcements without me this time, and we head off. Apparently, another one of the labs is having power issues, and it has to be resolved today. Rhoun doesn't think that it will be an easy fix, but he thinks that he can at least figure out what's wrong with it. Heading there first, Rhoun starts to mess with some of the breakers, but everything seems fine. He takes us down to the circuits for the whole section, but once again, he doesn't see anything wrong. Tired and probably a bit frustrated, we call it time for lunch. Do you have any idea what it could be?
Not really. They could just as easily be having issues for an entirely different reason than what I'm checking for. It's a bit hard to check without really knowing what they're working on.
Do you think that they might be lying?
Lying? Like, there is no issue?
I mean, yeah.
No, I doubt anyone would do that. I've never had anyone send a faulty report like that. They might be wrong about something, but never lying.
I'd consider that lucky. It seems like it'd be pretty easy to just make a faulty claim and waste your time.
Why would someone do that?
I don't know. Maybe someone just doesn't like you, or they need you out of the way?
I think you're looking into this too much.
What if you're the only thing holding this whole place together and getting you out of the way is part of some evil plot?
I am the only thing keeping this place together. But no, that's going a bit too far. I'm sure that there's something that I'm not seeing.
Do you want to run it by me? Talking it out might help.
Oh, sure. So one of the electron microscopes in the geology lab seems to be running on very low power. And the team there thinks that it's a problem on my end.
Okay, did they say why?
Well, the piece is new, and everything seems green on their end. But the device still isn't working as it should be.
And they're sure that it isn't the microscope? Yeah?
Well, I can't prove otherwise unless they let me take it apart. Which isn't happening, so I'm forced to rule everything else out. So anyways, I checked the breakers for their room. We checked the breakers for their room. And nothing seems off. There could be an issue with the wires, but they would require a more thorough search.
Can that be done? Checking every wire?
Yeah, if we have to. It's not fun, but I've done it before. You just have to know where to look. But the power issue. I checked the room's breakers and the sector breakers. I guess I could check their input and output from the sector hub again? Maybe I should go back and get my full diagnostic kit. Start checking every outlet in and around there.
Can't you do that with your arm?
Well, not always. I know my limits for using it, and that might be a bit much. It's more of a party trick than anything. But I really shouldn't do it in front of any professionals or the rest of the crew.
There any other options here?
Not really.
Well, it could still be something else. Sorry, I thought that this would be more helpful.
Oh, it's fine, Tucker. This happens a lot around here. It's nothing new. Worst comes to worst, they move on with another project while I figure this out. But I think that we should head back. I'm gonna need that tool to get anything done today.
Stretching and getting back to it, we head back down through the tunnels and make our way back to the hub. The long days of walking and carrying his extra tools are getting to me. I didn't realize it, but I'm starting to feel sore all over. Asking for the time, Rhoun tells me that it's almost at the 20-second mark. Hey Rhoun, do you mind if I stay here for the rest of the day?
Oh, not at all, Tucker. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just need to sit down for a bit.
Oh, sure. Will you be okay by yourself? I could leave you with, Well, I can't leave you with anyone. Are you sure you'll be okay?
Yeah. I can deal with being alone in a room now. That's all just a temporary thing. Just promise that you'll come back for me, yeah?
Of course I will.
Thanks. But, do you want me to do anything in here? Clean up, maybe?
Clean up? It's not messy. Okay, well, I'll be back in a few marks. Stay safe.
I will. Not messy my ass. Well, I can at least mess with my phone until... Fuck. This might have been a mistake. I can't even tell what time it is down here, and it feels like it's been way more than a few marks. Ugh, he didn't even leave me with a task or something to do. It's not his fault. I sprung this on him, but still. It's so damn boring here. I should ask how to use these weird monitors next time. I bet Korean television is wild. I really haven't been exposed to a lot of Korean culture, huh? I'll have to see if I can change that at some point. I hear the lift coming up, finally. I'm about ready to get back to the room and pass out. What a long day. I really should ask when we have off. Hey Rhoun, do you think that we could... Of course. I'd ask what you're doing here, but I feel like I already know. I'm just looking for Rhoun. Where is he? I shrug. If I knew earlier, I certainly don't now. Of course not. Look, can you translate somehow? Surely they gave you something to work with, right? I shrug again. They don't seem to like my answer. A bit worried about their tone and stance, I discreetly take a step back into the room. Is it too much to ask for something to work around here? Of course it is. Look, just tell him to message me when you see him, alright? Or, fuck, I don't care. I see that they're still in a bad mood. Returning to my seat, I notice my heart pounding. Maybe I'm not ready to be alone just yet. Footsteps again. If it's not Rhoun, so help me, I'll learn how to write just so that I can put up a fucking sign. Fortunately, it seems like the time has come.
Sorry that took so long, Tucker. I got caught up trying to work out something and, well, sorry.
I'm exhausted and all I did was sit here. I can't imagine how you're feeling.
Oh, I'm used to it. Wanna get out of here? It's pretty late.
Yeah, let's. But Kess came earlier. I don't know if they found you yet.
They did? Did they say what for?
Nope. They seemed upset though.
That's... Okay, I'll message them when we get back.
Hopping off the stool, I grab my bag and then we head out. It must be the dead of night now. The halls are empty and the lights dimmed. How'd the work go? Did you find anything?
Oh, it went pretty well. I still can't figure out what's wrong. But I did find a few off readings with the multimeter. I've left some notes for follow-up, but it's likely a big repair, not something that we can handle today.
Yeah? How long would that take?
Depends on what needs to be replaced. A few days to a week at most, but that's slow around here.
Well, you'll figure it out, bud.
Thanks.
Turning the corner to the executive suites, I see a small parcel in front of Rhoun's door. Similar to the box with my uniforms, but way smaller. Were you expecting mail, bud?
I don't think so. Could it be your monitor? I didn't see a message from the chief, but maybe he's finished with it.
My heart drops. Did he fix it? Or is he simply returning an empty husk? I don't even want to open it anymore. No, I have to find out. Maybe after I get cleaned up, though. Surely I can wait another few minutes, right? I think you're right, bud. But, I'll get inside to open it, yeah?
Oh, of course.
Hey, by the way, if you get mail, do they just leave it outside? It feels kind of awkward just leaving boxes around.
Oh, there is a postal system on the station, but it happens sometimes. The lost and found is pretty well documented too. And I've only heard of a few incidents of theft.
I bet Maruk cleaned those right up, huh?
Probably.
I still think that it's a bit funny to just leave your mail on the floor.
It is, but I don't mind. Most of the time, people can't find my office, so that's also part of the issue.
Oh, yeah, I'd imagine. Would most staff even be able to find your office? I've been there multiple times and I wouldn't even know where to start.
Be careful what you wish for, Tucker. I could always send you out to pick things up for me. You are my assistant after all.
No, you wouldn't dare.
I might. But maybe after you get a bit more situated with the route. I do think that you should learn how to, though. Not for any reason, just so maybe you can come home if you need to.
You're right, I should. I can't stay glued to your side forever.
If you need me to stay with you, that's fine too, Tucker. There's no pressure.
No, it was, it's fine, really, bud. When there's a good opportunity, I'd appreciate some guidance. He nods and drops off his bag, taking off his jacket and his boots.
So, are you going to open that box?
This?
It's your monitor, yeah? You wanted to look at some, pictures or something?
I do. I really do.
Is there something wrong with it?
I don't know.
Are. Are you okay, Tucker?
I'm scared. I don't know why, but I'm afraid. I feel like I should tell him, but I don't know how. I can't even form the thoughts in my own head, let alone speak them. I was just gonna get ready for bed first. This outfit is killing me.
Okay, bud.
Stripping off my heavy jacket and pants, I change into a clean shirt and hide away in the bathroom. Turning on the shower, I just wait. It's just a distraction, a waste of time. It's just static. Terrain monitors don't even have static. Ugh, this fucking sucks. Damn it. I've had enough. I'll just open the damn box. Throwing open the bathroom door, I quickly stomp past a half-closed Rhoun and reach out only to find my hand an inch away. All my bravado gone. A plain white box with nothing but a cell phone inside. I can't even bring myself to check. Maybe I should just... A padded hand gently lays on my back as Rhoun's muzzle comes into view over my shoulder.
You should open it, bud. You'll never know if you don't try.
He doesn't move an inch as he stands behind me, almost cradling me. I can feel his breath on my neck. And yet, I still can barely move. My hand slowly closes. Cardboard. Of course it's cardboard. I've got it now. It's in my hands. I can do this. Taking a deep breath, I sit down on the bed, preparing myself. Rhoun releases me and sits next to me, cautiously waiting. Opening it feels like it's setting a bear trap. Just 1 second to claim my fingers, another my sanity. Inside the box, of course, is my phone. A black screen stares back at me. A note has been included. It looks illegible, and I have to wonder if that's my own ignorance or Tyr's handwriting. Either way, I hand the note to Rhoun and carefully pick up my cracked phone. I see the monitor is still attached. At least I know that will work.
Dear Tucker, I hope that you can get someone to read this letter for you, as I could not bring myself to try and write it in English. I took a second look at your monitor and made an attempt at fixing the proprietary software within. I believe some strides were made, as the device does now turn on how you described. However, perhaps due to my own misunderstanding of the technology or prior turbulations, I was unable to find a way to restore most of its functionality, and I am unsure of how stable it is. Thank you for the opportunity to once again research human technology, and I hope that you can find what you are looking for. Sincerely, Tyr Seno.
This is the last thing that I own. And the best that he can give me is, it might work? Should I try and turn it on?
I think you should.
Okay. It's familiar, the clicking of the power button. My heart drops as I hold it down, still a blank screen. And then, light. My lock screen. It's just the default colors, but it works. Oh my god. It's working.
That's great, bud. Does it do anything else?
Yeah, hold on, let me. Opening the lock screen takes a while. It freezes for a moment, and just when it looks like it won't load, it does. I'm greeted by my house at the end of the road. Our old house, I guess. It's still there, I think, just without us. And yet, I still tear up looking at it. I might not be there. My family might not even be there. But it was my home. My heart bars jump to life, searching for a signal of some kind. Some way to connect home. Good luck with that. No new messages either, but I guess that makes sense.
What is that place, bud?
That was my house. Look. I hold the phone up to his muzzle, letting him get a closer look. He seems genuinely impressed.
Wow, you must have been proud of that place, huh?
Well, not enough, I guess. We moved away. My family doesn't live there anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that it seems to be working. Do you want to be alone with it for a bit?
I'm not sure. It feels fragile. I don't even know what to do. Here. Do you want to see more photos? Sitting next to me, I almost find myself leaning into him as I try to find something worthwhile to show him. I really should have organized these better. Meme, bad selfie, unfunny meme. Do I even have anything worthwhile on here? Rhoun grabs my hand, stopping me from scrolling further.
Wow. Is that a human tree?
I see him pointing at one of the pine trees in the background of some random photo. Oh, yeah. See, I told you that we had them too. I keep scrolling. Why am I such a shitty photographer? I think Rhoun can tell that I'm getting frustrated as well.
Bud, could you show me where you came from?
Where I came from?
Like, where you were before? Well, coming here. Maybe it could help?
Oh, maybe he's right. I'm not sure showing him the exterior of my community college will help me get home, but it couldn't hurt. Oh, yeah, sure. I think that I sent some photos out when I was touring. Let me check. Swiping away the Photos app, I dodge over a dozen trash apps and tap on my messages. They don't load at first, but slowly they roll in. Oh, I got a text. What? My phone continues to buzz as a deluge of texts come in, too fast to read. Different names and applications all flooding in at once.
Is that normal?
No, not at all. I don't think that I've gotten this many texts in my life. Still no service. Where are they all coming from? I can't tell whether my hand is shaking or if it's the phone. But we just watch as they keep coming in. Finally, when the last one dings, there's silence. 99 plus texts, calls, emails. How is this possible? What do I even do? I feel Rowan's breath on my shoulder as he inches ever so slightly closer.
Does that red color mean that you have mail?
Yeah, I think so. But how did it get these?
Maybe Dr. Seno did something?
He's smart, but I don't think he's that smart. He didn't say anything about this in his letter.
Maybe check one? It could be an old message. Like since you just restarted your monitor, right?
Maybe. Opening up the messaging app, I'm bombarded with numbers and names that I haven't seen in years. My grandmother, my neighbor from 2 moves ago, and even my twice removed aunt. Why do I have texts from these people? And then it hits me as soon as I read the first message. We miss you. Please come home. I hope that you're safe wherever you are. Oh no. I'm already getting lightheaded. How was this possible? What are these? Please call me. You're always welcome back. Don't be a stranger. We're worried. I think that I'm going to throw up. Scrolling feels sluggish and laggy, as if my phone were fighting against me. Right at the top, I see it. A text from Mom. The last message is just an audio file. Scrolling down, however. We'll always love you. We miss you. Please, if you're out there, just come home. Please call back. Frantic now, I scroll as far back as I can, panting under my breath. I find it, the last message I sent and the first that I haven't seen. How was your first day at school? This was supposed to help. I can't contain myself. Flopping over, I start violently sobbing. Why did it have to be me? Burying myself in the pillow, I try to become nothing. To wipe away this fucking joke of an existence. Screaming and tearing into the pillow does nothing though. It never would have. A paw presses down on my back, and I glare back at whoever dared to touch me. He looks mortified.
Tucker, can I do anything for you?
I keep glaring. I keep crying. All of them, every single one of those contacts. Every single person who reached out, worried that I was gone. Traded for him. For this. But it's hardly his fault. Forcing myself to sit up, I latch onto his side, rubbing my face into his shoulder. My tears barely damp his thick fur. A shaky hand tries to steady me at my back. It's the thought that counts.
I'm so sorry, bud. It's not fair. It isn't. I'm just so sorry.
I can hear it in his voice. I think he's tearing up too. Gently pushing away, I wipe my tears off of my arm and lie nestled up to him, looking at the long-lost texts. From the day that I left, they kept going. Missing for 1 day, a week, 2 weeks. I think that it's been about 2.5 weeks since I got here, accounting for the time difference. Wait, they keep going. I sit up and scroll faster now. A month, 2 months, half a year? How is this possible? None of this is adding up.
Bud, do you want to go to bed?
What? No, wait. Rhoun, look at this. I hurriedly show him my phone, only for him to look back confused. These messages, they were sent way after I showed up here. I've only been here for 2 weeks?
Yeah, why?
Well then, why are the timestamps on these texts from the future?
What are you trying to say, Tucker?
I'm saying that something's fucked up. How could I have gotten these messages? Was I still on Earth then? Was I somehow in a satellite range? How? How long have I really been gone? My hands are jittery now. I can barely stop myself from dropping my phone. This is too much. I need to tell someone about this soon. But who? Tyr? The captain?
Maybe there's something we missed. Are you sure that you read them right?
I know I did. I snap back. He recoils his paw, moving back slightly as I lash out. I close my messages and open the mail app instead, only dimly aware of the static building at the edges of the screen. The power bar is red. The brightness is dimming. It's dying. I quickly check the dates on the first few emails that made it through, uncaring if they're pleased to come home or just ads. 3 months from when school started. I shouldn't have this message. It's impossible. I check again and again as I scroll down. The screen lags and barely manages to stay together. The same numbers keep scrolling by, all from days that I have yet to live.
Tucker, maybe you should rest. I don't like seeing you get this worked up about this.
What else can I check? What else can that be there? It's the same with my missed phone calls, my calendar, everything. I don't have internet, but I imagine if I pulled up the social media, it'd be the same. In the blink of an eye, one of my apps disappears. What? I see it now, the static. The screen is glitching and barely clinging to life. Another one gone. I tap furiously. I don't even care which app at this point, but it doesn't work. Rhoun, something is happening.
That doesn't look good. Can you fix it?
Me? Can't you?
I have no idea what that is, bud.
What do you mean? What good are you then? Another app gone. My mail this time. I don't have much time left. I need to find something, anything. Pictures of home? Maybe gone already, and who knows how far back I'd have to scroll to find a happy one. Phone calls? Voicemail maybe, so I can hear them for the last time. No. The text. There was an audio file. Quickly opening my messages, I frantically scroll to the top. The static now encompassing most of the screen. I can barely hit play on the message and... Oh. Of course. Mom used to play this on the piano. I loved when it echoed throughout the house. I can't contain myself as I hunch over, bawling. Holding the phone to my ear, I can hear it getting fainter and fainter. It's getting further away all over again. A second death. No. Please. This is all I have. A short blip. A harsh cut. And then static. Please. Static. 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 I get up with blurry eyes, phone furiously gripped in hand. Work, you piece of shit! No! No, no! Again. 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 You piece of shit! Worthless fucking trash! Ah! Hunched over on the floor, I stare down. The screen is shattered. I'm not much better. There's no repairing this. My face is on fire. My head and ears are ringing. Everything's blurry. Ari. I don't bother turning my head. A paw on my back. I swipe it off. Eyes red, I stare up at Rhoun, clearly distressed, trying to help me up. I can't do anything right. Fucking nothing. Getting up by myself, I hobble past him and throw myself back into the bed. I don't deserve this help. I don't deserve him here. I hear him scoop up the remnants of my phone, carefully collecting any shards of glass that I might have scattered on the carpet.
We can fix this. I can fix this. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Rolling over, I pull the blanket over my head. The lights go out, and so do I. Day, who cares? I don't get out of bed. To be continued. Thank you for reading. Written and illustrated by Cryptid. I like to give credit to, and these are just the credits. Ow, my back hurts. Jackson. May our roads again cross. Well, we have a little main menu screen change. Poor Tucker. It kind of seems a little cruel, don't you think? That just when he got a little sliver of hope, I guess, in a way, that it was just taken from him. My guess is Dr. Seno basically got the phone to start, but whatever it is that he did may have compromised it. So this happened. I kind of feel like this might become a plot point, though, for Rhoun's story, maybe? I'm not exactly sure yet if this happens with Maruk and, what's his face? Merowyn. If he still gets the phone and it still breaks, and if they kind of promise to get it fixed, maybe? But like I said, this kind of feels like maybe this will become something that Rhoun will try to do for Tucker. That he'll try to fix it. Because like he said, that he just feels compelled to fix things for people. Well, to fix and or make things for people. Considering this is an iPhone, you know, it was pretty tricky to begin with. iPhones are very finicky. Especially if you have some like the new ones like where if you change one little thing, the iPhone is like, oh, this is an aftermarket part. This is not an official Apple, you know, part. Ew, get it off of me. So if you have like a little touch button like this phone has, and you fix it with, you know, somebody that isn't an Apple person, and you try to use it, it won't work. Because the phone is like, ugh, this is not, you know, an Apple product. You didn't, you know, pay an exorbitant amount of money to have me fixed. I say this while owning an iPhone, so. Anyway, so yeah. I'm curious what's going to happen. Poor Tucker. Tucker. Well, everything was going, well, not right, but, you know, pretty well. You went swimming with Rhoun. You made friends with Milo. You didn't make friends with Cass yet. But yeah, you know, things were all right. And then this happens. Back to the depressive episode, I suppose. So, what are your thoughts on, what was it, day 13 and day 14? No, write it down in the comments. And, you know, we'll discuss. And channel members. Channel members. They're right there on the left. Ooh, look at these cool people who decided to support my channel and who are helping with the development of these videos. Ooh, look at them in awe. But yeah, channel members, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate all the support that you give me, and I hope that you appreciate all the videos that you get to see ahead of time. But yeah, so yeah, thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play Roads Yet Traveled yourself, you can do so by going down into the link in the description for Cryptid's Twitter page. I don't know if he has a blue sky yet or not, or they. I think it's a he. I think. I will be linking that down there, which should have a direct link for the itch.io page where you can download the game from itch.io yourself, or you can just go to itch.io yourself and download it there. And also, I will be linking their Patreon, where you can get early access to builds of Roads Yet Traveled, as well as like behind-the-scenes stuff, such as being able to see CGs ahead of time, being able to see character sprites ahead of time, etc. Speaking of character sprites, these are some of the characters that are from the other routes. I have yet to read the other routes because I am literally reading this when it goes public. I did not skip forward or anything, or I did not read the Patreon build myself because I wanted to be fresh when it came out. And because I knew that it wasn't ready, so I wouldn't be able to record it. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, ooh, some of the stuff you're missing. Ah, ooh. But yeah, anyway, so also my coffee down in the description, as well as the PayPal tipping page thing that Stream Elements does for you. It's it's right there in the description. And if you want to become a channel member but you don't see the little button, there should also be a link down in the description. It's down there somewhere. It's probably underneath like Cryptid's information and links. It's down there. Just go looking for it in the description. Anyway, so yeah. I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.